There was paralysis in my shoulders. My arms did not work. I had 2 weeks before I was going to open Pearl, and I was still not able to lift my arms properly. That's one of the reasons that I called Active Life Long Beach. And between my knees, my legs, and my arms, I was realizing the complete package was falling apart. So honestly, I was in dire need when I got there. I'm not trying to exaggerate. I mean, I was legitimately hurt, sore, and in pain. I'm Kelly Bossert. I'm 54 years old and I own Pearl in Island Park, New York. Pearl is a modern American restaurant. It's founded on clean eating principles. So we like to do clean cuisine, where we try to leave out nitrates and nitrites and antibiotics and hormones and genetically modified foods as well. It's a hard concept to pull off, sourcing food in this manner, but it's pretty much my passion and it's why I'm in the restaurant business. A normal day for me is big. I'm in the office 4 to 5 hours a day, answering the phones and paying the bills, working with the bookkeepers. And at night I'm on the floor physically with my GM and the hostesses and helping run the front of the house. I'm pretty hands-on. My day is basically 12 hours and I close most of the nights as well, take it right to the end. But a typical day for me is 12 hours and I work at least 6 days a week. And on the 7th day I take meetings, so, but it's not physical work on the 7th day. I was suffering from great stiffness, but also from sciatica. So I had shooting nerve pain down both my legs into my feet, and I could barely touch my toes to the ground. After I broke my back, they didn't know it at first. I had cracked my head open and they only tended to my head. I worked an entire summer on my feet with a broken back, not knowing. By the end of the summer, I couldn't touch my toes to the ground, and that was all nerve pain. When I woke up in the morning, I felt as if my knees were gonna snap. And then shortly thereafter, the shooting pain from sciatica would begin to shoot down my legs. So the morning was rough. It was a long time, hours before I had a comfort in my body to just leave the house even. I took a bad fall in my restaurant coming down a ladder, walking like stairs, of course, the wrong way. So I went flying, came down, cracked my back. So having to come back from that was the single most traumatic jolt my body had ever taken. So it broke my tailbone, it broke the middle of my back vertebrae, and everything else was in different places. And my muscles, actually, they said, from being an athlete, saved my life. In seeing a chiropractor, I started to get movement back, and then I decided I wanted to hook up with Active Life Long Beach so that we could get me moving again. If you've told yourself something for a very long time and you're believing that, which is me thinking I couldn't work out, it's a problem, I actually needed to go to Active Life Long Beach to hear them say to me, we can get you moving again. Until you get a new story going in your head, the old one's still there. The education that they gave me in the beginning set my mind frame in a place to measure the amount of load I could take and to go slow. And so they framed it in a way that I was able to pinpoint when it was either too stressful or we could go more. I didn't define that language to myself ever before. When you're an athlete, you just have a mentality, you're gonna go. So every time I would try to work out, I'd get hurt within a month, and I would literally be injured, and that would be it. I really wasn't sure that Active Life Long Beach could help me. I wasn't positive at all. But I actually saw that since they took so much time with me in the beginning, and they weren't in a rush to start working out at all, they were more focused on putting a mindset in place for me that was going to be a winning mindset. Because remember, for years I told myself I can't. You believe it. You believe it. I gave up on bending down with my knees. I was bending at my waist for 10 years. You know what I mean? It's like, that's ridiculous, because then your body compensates in all different ways. I've been going to Active Life Long Beach for a little over 3 months. I would say the progress is incredible because it's the way I feel. I'm not seeing it so much on the outside of my body yet, but keep in mind we're still building a foundation to be able to work out and lose weight. I'm not even there yet. But in my job, I can move again. And I don't have shooting sciatica pain down my legs. I don't have such severe stiffness in my neck and the ability to move my shoulders again. is there and I have strength there again. So I've seen a lot. The things I thought I would never do again is even just bend at the knees to the ground. A lunge, never. A deep knee bend, never. I'm doing all of that without pain. And when I do feel a little bit of pain, they've taught me to stay within my pain threshold. And they teach you where that is. And if you're crossing it, we need to back it up. And then after we work out, I determine what level I took it to as well. And we know whether next time, whether that was sufficient or too much. You know, they're measuring constantly. I can hear one of my trainers in my head saying, we'll have you sprinting in no time. And he wants to see me out on the track, you know, just sprinting. And maybe that will happen. He seems to think it will. I never thought sprinting again would ever happen. Running at all. It's mind-blowing to be running in less than 3 months.
Hang out a sec. 5, 4.
I didn't run for 25 years. And the pain was significant. And there isn't pain when I'm running. And I don't know how or why they've been able to do it, but they have. It's sad that it took me so long to realize that I had to seek help. And I really feel like I found the right place to do that. It's not fast, it's not overnight, you have to put the work in yourself, but somehow, some way, Active Life Long Beach motivates me to get there every single week. You know, my head tells me, oh, you could do this, you could do that, you have another appointment, but I somehow, some way, you know, I win out and I get there. And I think it has to do with, you know, when I get there, they're that good. I believe that having my body back, I've got a greater chance of accomplishing anything I want.